Carolyn, get to bed. It's time, it's late, get to bed. There's school in the morning. You need to sleep, get to bed. So that was my mother. Anyone here your parent here? Have you heard that message? Get to bed, you need some sleep. Well, somewhere along the way, for me anyway, I started to hear a different message. And that message went like this. You snooze, you lose. Okay, so now I have a new message, and I'm kind of conflicted about that you snooze, you lose message, because I don't know about you, but I like to sleep. So that's problem number one. Problem number two is that I like to sleep in the morning when most people have already been up for 3 or 4 hours. So that gave people lots of opportunity to see me sleeping and know that I'm sleeping, and really to, put that point home, loser, because you're sleeping instead of getting something done. Now that particular phrase somehow didn't sit with me very well, because I also saw a different picture of myself. I saw a picture of myself as a successful young adult. My opinion, but nevertheless, I had graduated from university with distinction. I was in a management position with a national company, probably far beyond an entry-level kind of position that you would expect for someone my age. I had a house. It had a mortgage, but I had a house. I had a car. I sang in a semi-professional choir. I was extensively involved in the community. So when I looked at all of that, that to me spoke of successful young adult. So how do you drive that idea that I'm being told that I'm a loser because I'm spending this time sleeping? On the other hand, this picture of myself that kind of says to me, well, that kind of looks like a successful person. So that really bothered me. I was trying to find some way to consolidate those things and resolve that for myself. And that led me to actually heading to the scientific and research and medical libraries. Now, you have to remember, I know I only look like I'm 39, but I am pre-internet. So pre-internet, that's what you did, is you went to the library. And so I accessed all the libraries. And one of the things that I came across was something, a couple of words, circadian type. Now, there are a whole bunch of things in our body that are genetically programmed, genetically predetermined physiological characteristics. Circadian type is one of those characteristics. So like the color of your hair, the color of your eyes, the shape of your nose, your height, those are genetically predetermined characteristics. Circadian type is one of those characteristics, and we don't use the word circadian type. Many of you might know those, the words that we more commonly use is night owls and early birds. So here I found out that all the years that I struggled with being a night owl type and sleeping and needing to sleep in the morning, that all along my body was just doing what it was designed and genetically programmed to do. Now, having found that out, lifted a great deal of guilt off my shoulders. And so it really caused me to literally come out of the closet and say, no, I'm going to live my life as a night owl, even though I live in an early bird world. That was my first step in moving towards my education in sleep. Now, over the subsequent years, I've learned much, much more about sleep, about all kinds of things about sleep. But there are two things that actually stand out for me about of all the things that I have learned about sleep, and I'm going to share those with you. One is that there are some things, I'm sure that you know, that are vital to sustaining life, and you would recognize those things as food, water, and oxygen. I was quite surprised to know, though, that there is a fourth, and that fourth is sleep. We need sleep to sustain and maintain life in the same way that we need food, water, and oxygen. Which then caused me to think, why is it that we freely and willingly choose every day to deny ourselves the sleep that we need that's vital to sustaining our health and well-being? And I think it's because we've been ingrained with this snooze and lose idea. Another thought, or another fact that I came across, the most common form of torture and interrogation used all over the world today and in centuries past is sleep deprivation. Sleep deprivation. So you think about that, and I start to question again, well, why is it that so many of us choose every day, freely and willingly, to inflict upon ourselves the torture of sleep deprivation? Now, knowing those things, I have adopted several principles that are kind of critical which underlie the way I make choices about chores or sleep. So these principles are this, 3. One is, I now choose purposefully sleep before chores. Because I know that that is by far the better choice for me. That the things that get left on the to-do list don't matter so much, but it's much more important for me to have sleep. The second thing that I have started to do is, as much as you recognize this as a kind of a business uniform, the dress for success kind of clothes that I'm sure that you have, I have into my dress for success wardrobe integrated my PJs. And I have come to recognize my PJs as being vital to my success and to my success wardrobe. So you have your business attire and you have your PJs. Together, they move you to success. And the final thing that I have come to, a principle that I've come to live with, is this. This is the power of 8. Not 5, not 6, 7's not even good enough. We want 8. Those magical 8 hours of sleep every night that energize us, refresh us, that power us through our day, give us the energy to power through our day. And those magical 8 hours that help us to be the very best we can be. Thank you.